Hello, this is part 6 of Getting Found Online, and today we're going to talk about submitting your site to Google. Google will index your site after time, if you do nothing at all. However, if you want to speed up that process and also, kind of draw out a roadmap to, give Google the, maximum ability to quickly scan your site and to index all your content in the most favorable way, then you need to make a few tweaks. So this gets a little bit geeky, but it's not that hard, and I'm going to focus on some of the easier stuff. So at the very minimum, what you want to do is, after you've completed step 5 and created your blog, you want to go ahead and just search for submit your site to Google, and it'll be the first option here, add your URL to Google. You just want to simply put your domain name right here and add the URL. This tells Google that you've created a blog that you want them to index, and they'll send their little spiders over there to start crawling your site. Okay, so that's a bare minimum. Do that. However, if you want to go ahead and take it to the next step, what we want to do is go ahead and do a search for Google Webmaster Tools, and you'll get to this right here. This is another free service by Google, much like Analytics, like Google Analytics, where you can not only submit your site to Google, but you can also do a few things to make it so that they will index your site faster and more often. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and add a site, and you want to put the full URL of the site that you want to tell Google about. Once you've added the site, what they're going to need to do is verify that you are actually the owner of the site. Okay, so they don't want you just going around making big changes to other people's sites. The recommended method that they tell you about is not actually my recommended method. This is a little bit, it's easy if you know what you're doing, but there are easier ways. So I go over here to alternate methods, and the easiest way for me, if I have a WordPress site, is to add a meta tag to my site's homepage, and this is the meta tag right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to copy this meta tag and you're going to insert it into your site somewhere, and then Google's going to go send a spider and see if they can see it, and they'll know that if they can find that tag within your site, then you obviously are the owner of the site. Now, what makes this much easier is I use a plugin in my back end called WordPress SEO. And you'll see within the settings of the WordPress SEO tool is a box here called Webmaster Tools. And here is the Google Webmaster tool. And all I need to do is simply paste that meta tag that I got here from the Webmaster website on Google into this box and then click Save. Once I've done that, I can then click Verify, and it will give me a green check mark that the site has been verified, and we can move forward. Okay, once we've verified the site with Google, then we'll come to this home page here, and you'll see your site. I'm not going to use the one I just put in. That was just for demo, but I'm going to use jasonfox.me. This is my main site, and go and click on it. There's just a couple other a couple more things that we need to do to help Google to index our site a little bit better. So let's go over here to site configuration. The main thing is right here, site maps. What we want to do is, first of all, make sure we have a good site map on our site. And second of all, we want to tell Google where it is so that they can go index it quickly. And the site map is basically just a taxonomy, or like an outline of all the pages on your site. So that's all the pages, and if you're using a WordPress blog, all the posts. Every single post gets its own URL, and that's a trackable URL that gives you more power out there on Google. So it's another huge reason why we want to do those blogs. But as you'll see here, my personal sitemap has a red X next to the status, and that's because with the update of the WordPress SEO plugin, they changed the way that they changed the sitemap design. So they use a little bit different design, which is more effective for SEO, but that means that I need to come in here and resubmit my my sitemap. So what I want to do is go ahead and resubmit, and if I was not resubmitting, I would submit a sitemap, and Okay, now if you don't have a sitemap, again, we could go back to WordPress SEO, and it will actually. That's another thing that this amazing plugin does is creates an XML sitemap for you. So check this box to enable XML sitemap functionality. This is a must. Okay, so and then you simply click here to actually see the sitemap. Now what you'll see is that the way that they've redone these sitemaps, you got them. They got categorized into posts, pages, categories, features, and box sets. So these are like categories, and then if you click on them, they open up, the subcategories. So then everything is just mapped out. Super simple for Google to just come in here and go blah, 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 and know exactly what you're doing. So I need to take this new URL up here, go back to my Webmaster Tools, submit a sitemap, and this is what I'm going to submit to them now. So it's going to take a minute for Google to kind of go in there and see and make sure everything is okay before I get a green status. But I've now just submitted my sitemap to. All right. Well, what if you don't have a Google or a WordPress blog? Then you don't have access to this amazing plugin, WordPress SEO. There's a ton of sites you can go to that are like web-based, where you can just enter your URL and they will create a XML sitemap for you, to which you can then come in here and submit the sitemap. And there are lots of other things that you can do here on the Webmaster Tools to increase your visibility, but those are the basics. You want to register your site and you want to submit your sitemap, and then in the process, of course, if you have a WordPress blog, what we did is we installed the Yoast WordPress SEO plugin, which is just amazing,